All right, so in today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 things that you can do today to increase your workflow. This is going to help you just get more work done in a shorter amount of time. Before I start, don't forget to like and subscribe. I make videos similar to this every single week, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But the reason why I want to talk about this is because the last couple of months, I've been trying to find ways to increase my workflow in just a short amount of time, so just get more work done and also not burn out. So there are times when obviously we do burn out, and what tends to happen to most of us is we get into our workflow, we're getting things done, but maybe we're super tired, or maybe we're not getting enough done. Maybe we get tired after like an hour, maybe we're tired after 2 hours, like things like that happen. So how can you get yourself to a point where your workflow is solid? You're just going straight ahead, right? And I'm going to talk about 3 steps. So the first step that I have, and this is one of the bigger ones, is so before you go to sleep, set 3 different things that you want to get done for the next day. So 3 tasks, 3 specific tasks. Now, these can be whatever tasks, what's more important for you. Maybe if you're building a website, maybe you haven't started the site. Maybe it's just getting the start of the site, right? Maybe getting the graphics done, right? Maybe starting up on copy or whatever it may be, right? So find 3 different tasks that you can do for the next day. And what happens there is that gives you just some sort of clarity, right? It gives you clarity as to how to get these things done. And that's going to enable you to just be like, okay, now when you wake up, okay, I know exactly what I need to get done. That's it. So the night before, you can put on your notes on your phone. You can put on a piece of paper. I prefer doing it both. Just put it one on a paper and one on your notes, and then go from there, right? That's the first thing I would recommend. You're going to get clarity. You're going to know exactly what you need to do the next day. It's going to be super, super easy. Now, the second thing is focus on one task at a time. So once you have the 3 tasks, when you do one task, so for example, if you want to build a website, you want to start just by finding a platform. So you want to get WordPress. So focus on WordPress, right? Take that task and focus on WordPress and do it to completion. Do your best to do it to completion. Don't, do half and then go into something else. What happens is when you start task switching, your mind's still there in the focus on WordPress. So if you go WordPress, defining graphics, right, your mind's still gonna be on WordPress, finding graphics. It's gonna actually slow you down, right? And because that slows you down, obviously you can get less work done. So what I'm gonna say here is focus on getting that task done to completion, and then focus on the next task. And what that's going to enable you to do is you're going to get more done, right? Imagine you're getting one task at a time done. You're getting one task, right? It's like when you're in a Zoom call or you're in a meeting, right? You're not multitasking, doing multiple things all at once. If you do that, you're not going to be focused on the call or or the meeting that you're at, right? The work that you're doing, things may fall through the cracks as well, right? So those are things that you should always take notice of, right? Make sure that when you're doing a task, make sure you're doing it one task at a time. And the last one, and this is the 3rd step, this is the time block. So now that you have your tasks, your 3 tasks, now that you know what tasks you want to do, one task at a time, take whatever tasks, you want to time block these. So what you want to do is, I use Google Calendar, but you want to set certain times where you can do these tasks. So for example, if you want to get the WordPress in, whatever, maybe you want to just start the WordPress and get through the back end, right? Schedule, for example, 11 to 12, right? Put it on your calendar. And then time block and say, okay, I want 11 to 12. That's when I'm going to do it. Time block it. Perfect. You have it on your calendar. That's the focus. So from 11 to 12, you know exactly what you need to do, right? If you need the second task, maybe from 1 to 3, right? 1 to 3, I am doing this specific task. I'm going to focus on the graphics, right? From 5 to 7, I'm going to focus on this, right? And what happens there is that's your main focus. And this is something that I've been learning the last couple of days, you know, because that's your main focus, you're going to be tunnel vision on it. And when you do focus on the tasks, make sure that you have your phone on do not disturb. Like, just put your phone on do not disturb. Also, like, you know, turn off notifications, turn off everything. If you're on your computer, do one tab at a time. Make sure that you're doing things like that. Like, you're focused solely on what you're doing. Just make sure that's your main focus. And that's what that's going to do, is that's just going to help you accelerate your workflow a lot faster. So that's another thing that I would definitely do. Time block, whatever prioritizations. They say, you know, make sure that you do they say eat the frog. So make sure that you're doing the hardest tasks first. For me, I do what's I need to do first, like what's essential, or what the most important things first. So that's what I will do. So do whatever, find your flow, as long as you're getting the tasks done. And of course, what happens when you time block, maybe you don't finish a task. Maybe you're going from 11 to 12. Maybe you're like, okay, I haven't finished that task. But what's that's going to enable you to do, because you focus solely on the task, you know what you need to do for next time, right? So then you'll be able to plan for the next day. Okay, cool. This is where I'm at. I'm going to resume here. So utilize your Google Calendar or whatever calendar you have, Apple Calendar, Google Calendar. If Samsung has a calendar, sure. Whatever calendar you have, just utilize your calendar and time block. So those are the 3 things that I do recommend. As a recap, get your 3 tasks before you sleep, right? Make sure you have one task at a time. Say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, then time block. Time block to whatever time you want to do. That's up to you. You know your schedule. That's all entirely for you, right? So that's what I would recommend. Try this out for 2 weeks and come back to this video. Let me know how it goes. I think this is something that is honestly, this is an essential tip, to be honest. Anyways, let me know what you think. Let me know if you've done this, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Don't forget to stay authentic. Peace.